This is Josiah Plays Tyranny. Okay, we're exploring these old walls. And there's some other enemies up ahead there. I think I've already been in here, right? I've been all through over here. Okay, let's come fight some enemies here. There's a malice up ahead, so maybe we'll just go ahead.
If you think it will help.
As you wish.
Go ahead and buff up here. A little haste. A little static charge. A little spectral blur.
Whatever you need.
A little ignite brand. And a little mirror image. In we go. First, charge in there with your 286 dodge. Oh fuck, it's a trap. Hold on.
What?
Sarafina. I'm gonna disarm this very sneakily. Alright, now. Verse.
Look at
We're
that.
charging in there. Look at all these enemies. 2 malices and multiple wisps. Alright, Sarafina. Is going to cast Vital Body. Siren and Ebb will just run up to here. Siren's gonna blow an icicle storm. Ebb is gonna blow a rhyme spike. What happened to this guy? Bane of Night, stunned from my stun arrow. Alright, here we go. Alright, she's gonna keep on attacking. I'm gonna put mental flames on her. I'm gonna flash fire. Actually, no, let's Aria of Storms first. Let's fulminate. Ooh, Versus in trouble. Put the healing aura on. Ball lightning through the middle. I'll light that fucker up. I'll heal Ebb. Fireball this guy. And Siren levels up. Beautiful. Green Essence and an Amethyst. Siren. Oh, she gets 2 songs now. So fucking cool. So she's gonna have Bane of Night and what about the one I want for her? I guess red runs our blood. To the tears we march. Blood brings the dawn. No, we'll stick with Bane of Night and red runs our blood. Those are her 2 songs. She's gonna get some more finesse. And I guess we'll get Aria of Nightmares now. Siren recalls a nightmare and begins to sing. The power in her voice creates an embodiment of her memory that will terrify and torment her foes. Summon Embodied Nightmare. We'll see if it's any good. She has a lot of Arias here. We're gonna get rid of Aria of Force for now. Put Aria of Nightmares down there. And see how it goes. Does everyone have to go train now? I think everyone has to go train. But we can wait a little bit. Look at all those active effects. Holy shit. $100 control life, 99 subterfuge, 134 lore.
There's so much within these old walls, and we hardly understand a drop of it.
It's true. The labyrinth that is the old walls seems to go on forever. The numerous sconces and alcoves that line the massive stone wall go as far as the eye can see before fading into blackness. We got a turquoise. Potion of Elemental Barrier. Alright, there's a thingy to use right there. Looks like that's the only option we have. Moving forward. Looking for hidden shit. Antry's Voice of Ages. This Bane Snare was broken long ago. Given the state of the other Bane Snares in these old walls, it's likely whoever broke it didn't enter this room from the south entrance. Alright, where does this lead to? Bladegrave Runic Hall. Oh, to the Spire! Well, hold on a minute. Okay, everybody back up. Back up. Disarmed the trap. Disarm the trap. Oh. We've got a whole bunch of... You know, before I mess with any of this, I want to go into the Runic Hall and see if I can claim this Spire. Let's hit this Runic Hall up. Seats of Power. Find a way to the top of the Ocean Spire. You have reached the base of this spire, but it will be no easy task to figure out exactly how to activate the teleporter to the top. Alright, looks kind of like the last Runic Hall. Dusty stone platform is lifeless, but small markings indicate that its old magic might be reawakened. Here's another rubbing. This sunken relief, though heavily damaged, is clearly meant to depict a runic symbol similar to the one you saw at Ascension Hall. The relief is incomplete, and thus the final form of the rune is unknown. Let's make a charcoal rubbing of the relief shape to help discern the rune's design. Siren? Pressing charcoal to parchment, you capture a blurry but proportionate image of the ancient relief. The newly added imprint fills in the remaining gaps on the scroll, giving you a clear representation of the carved rune. Okay.
Do I really need to?
Yes,
Study
you really
carefully
need...
the glyphs. They're gibberish to me, but I know magic when I see it.
Okay, let's see what we've got on the scroll. This charcoal rubbing shows an arcane symbol of unknown significance. Actually, its significance is completely known. Though it bears no resemblance to known magical runes, the pattern was obviously important to whoever constructed the old walls. So what have we got? A triangle with two, like, scythes sticking out from it. Alright, I think I can make that. Hold on, let me look at it one more time. Alright. Make this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and... Okay, everybody out of the fucking way, unless your name is Sarafina. Then we've got this here. And then over here. I think I'm doing this right. I just lit it up. Sweet, we're about to claim another spire, y'all. That is the symbol. Let's do this. I can make this a training hall, and I can get a master level lore trainer here, and I can train my lore past where it is, which is sweet. I think that's the case. I'm imagining and guessing and suspecting and hoping that's the case. Yet another spire. Awesome. The now familiar light of the spire courses skyward, trailing off toward the horizon in the direction of Vendrian's Well. You feel the ground beneath you fall away, as you give in to the warmth of the energy surrounding you. The ocean spire in the Blade Grave feels weathered and battered, like a flag that is whipped in the high winds beyond its intended duration. Perhaps in spite of this, the connection formed with Vendrian's Well is strong, almost overwhelmingly so. Absolutely brilliant. Me and every other sailor use this spire as our go-to for a dead reckoning. I've seen this spire from sea 1,000 times, but I've only daydreamed I'd see the view the other way around, and it's so much better than I imagined. I knew the world was huge, but you never really understand the extent of it until you see it from this high. How far does that ocean reach? At least we're spared the worst of the grit from up here. War kicks up a lot of dust, if the Blade Grave is any indication. Power has increased. You acquired Ocean Spire. I have 875 power now. Seats of power. Claim the remaining spires in the tiers. So there's 2 more spires to claim. Quest updated. Nice. Just look around. There's the Blade Grave down below. The tidal waves of rock and rust have clearly spread their destruction far across the region. There's the wall. The old walls extends from the ruined lands out to the southern sea. Alright. Cool. Well, let's turn this place into a training hall. Training grounds. We'll get a forge next. But first, training grounds. Constructing training grounds allows you to recruit the finest skill trainers in the tiers. Once built, resting in any spire grants a bonus to accuracy, athletics, and subterfuge. That's nice. Training grounds. Beautiful. Long loading screen here. All I did was build a training ground. Oh, look at this place. This looks cool. Oh, people are all here training and stuff. This looks like a proper training ground. Alright. Trainer Reese is here. Level 13. Feeling good. I haven't mustered the courage to travel between the spires yet, but I heard you can cross the tiers in a mere moment. That's correct. Let's talk to Trainer Reese. The Fatebinder is here! Look alive, everyone! East Bronze Brotherhood. Oh man, they like me a lot. The man before you offers a nod at your approach. He meets your eyes hesitatingly and pauses before speaking. Thank you for having me, Fatebinder. The name's Reese. I'm here because I'm good at just two things. Killing my foes and seeing where the currents flow. I'd rather not get caught on the wrong side of history. So I'm here to humbly offer my sword. I'm well versed in many forms of combat and can help you stay versatile during a fight should you wish it. Why did you choose to follow me now? These spires have towered over us for generations. Whoever made them was far beyond us, mere peasants on the ground. They were objects of wonder and legend in Tiersman's stories, and now you've claimed them. He looks directly at you, conviction in his eyes. That's reason enough for me. What can I do here? If you want to hone your fighting skills, or perhaps learn some new ones, this is the place. But really, this spire is your domain. What you do and who you invite to aid you is your choice. I'd like to train. Oh, he can train lore, but only to 50. And he can train dodge, but only to 50. So that doesn't do us any good. This guy doesn't do us any good. My training will only get you so far, Fatebinder. You may want to hire additional experts to add variety to your training regimen. Okay, let's look around. We've got a bronze dagger, a very nice bronze dagger. Well, it's better than Vile Tongue. Except it doesn't have the poison thing. Kinda think I'd rather have the poison thing. Lantry's here. Gnarled Staff of Entropy. It's better than my staff. I think I'm better off with my staff, though. Because I have more accuracy. 87 versus 78. What is that -1? Oh, from might. I'll just keep all 3 of these staves. So I could do crush, damage, corrode, or shock, depending on what is necessary. Okay. The weather can be unforgiving up here, but I think we've all seen worse on the surface. Ooh, a sigil. And a bow that I don't think is as good as her bow. No, it doesn't have the poison thing on it. So there's archery targets. It's a nice hammer. And a ton of hides. Kills in Shadow is here. You have anything new to say, Kills in Shadow? Said that before.
Finder wants Beast Woman?
Nothing new. We'll have the whole talk with her very soon. I think some of these new recruits would watch their step around here. We almost lost a few to a sudden gust of wind.
My Lord Binder, what can I do for you?
Doesn't look like he has anything new to say right at the moment. Alright, so now I gotta hire some people. Let's talk to Lancer real fast.
One moment, my friend. Just...
Same as always. Alright, let's hire some people. Alright, master trainers, master trainers, master trainers. I need a lore master trainer. Are you fucking kidding me? The whole reason I made this thing is so that I could get a master trainer of lore. Are you tripping? There's no master trainer of lore. Seriously? That is hateful. That sucks. Oh, man. Are you kidding? I wonder if the other places have a master trainer of lore. I'm about to find out. I hate to do it, but I gotta find out. 313, 311, 308. I gotta load this game right here. I gotta try the other ones and see if they have a master trainer of lore. I'm on top of a pillar of eternity, one might say. Alright, seats of power, yeah. Maybe the Infirmary will have a master trainer of lore. Or the Forge for some reason. Let's try the Forge. Allows you to improve weapons and armor and forge powerful new items. Once built, resting in any spire grants a bonus to armor, parry, and dodge. Let's build it and see if for some reason I can hire a master trainer of lore at the forge. It seems a little bit unlikely, but you never know. You never know. And if not, we'll try the infirmary. Oh, that was fast. Ooh, the forge is cool looking. Look at this place. Hello. Alright, hold on. What's important though? Master trainer. For fire. Master trainer, vigor and stone. Are you serious? Hold on. We gotta try the infirmary real quick. Swirling light going up the pillar. Getting used to this. Okay, we've been through all this. Claim the seats of power. Claim the seats of power. Alright. Infirmary. Allows you to brew potions and other consumables. Once built, resting in any spire grants a bonus to endurance, will, and magic defenses. I'm not that excited about the infirmary, really. It's the last thing I would want, but if it has a master lore trainer available, then it's worth it. That was fast. Pretty cool looking, though. Look at all the plants. We're growing some fucking dank herb up in here. Alright. Can I get a master lore trainer? Potions, potions. Yes! Sage Euphera, master lore trainer. Thank you. That is what I needed. Okay. Whew. Now, what do I want here? Master Alchemist who brews rare potions. Okay, well, we definitely want Sage Euphera. Master lore trainer. We definitely want poisons, brews rare potions. We'll get arena. We'll get Demiro. And we'll get Gela, and we'll get Arasto, and we'll get Enabris. Okay, we got some recruits. Let's go back down and come back up, and our recruits will be there, and we can do our master lore training. Alright, I'm happy. We've got a master lore trainer. That's all that really matters. That's all that really matters. Okay. Now we've got a bunch of people to talk to. Just make sure.
At your service. What do you need?
Nothing really new here.
What is it you need?
Pathfinder! It is always such a pleasure to speak with you. What do you need?
Alright, let's talk to everybody here. I'm just here to keep things running smoothly. Please pay no mind to me. The sage immediately takes hold of your hands, shaking them profusely. Fatebinder Sarafina, what a curious set of circumstances. You may not remember me, but I was there. Among the countless mages who were able to flee before Kairos' edict reduced the Vellum Citadel to the burning husk it is today. Oh, she's here because of my conquest decision. During the conquest of the Tiers, when it seemed that none of Kairos' forces would find common ground to resolve the siege of the Vellum Citadel, you proclaimed the Edict of Fire, reducing the library to a smoldering ruin. You gave the sages fair warning of the devastation to come, giving many the opportunity to flee with their lives. She regains her composure. Apologies for my exuberance. It will be my distinct honor in training you in the magical arts of life or the depths of lore. I'd like to train. Lore up to 150, that's what I'm talking about. Ebb. Siren. Then I still need to go train her. I need a master dodge trainer as well, though, but I don't think I'm going to have one of those here. Can't remember what trainers I had elsewhere, or what trainers she wants. I could just start training her in lore as well. Until I have a master dodge trainer, which I don't think I think my only dodge trainer is at Mountain Spire. Swordbreaker. Can only train me up to 75. Do I have somebody that can train one-handed weapons? Get some iron ingot, bronze javelin. Revos, Lantry, Kills in Shadow. Go back to my library. Wait. I can see who I have right here. Teaches dodge, but he doesn't teach master dodge. Library. Lore trainer. The Infirmary. Yeah, none of these places can get me a master dodge trainer, but I guess I'll just start training her in lore as well. Let's just go back here really fast. These loading screens, though. These loading screens, though. Why do you like loading so much? Why? Why, I say? Alright, we're back to this place. Let's see what's up with the research. A scroll. Just a plain scroll. What is he researching? Oh, he's researching artifacts and it's gonna be a while apparently. Okay. Well, Verse can train right here. I don't remember if there was anyone here that had anything that I cared about. Alright, let's go back to our new Spire. Ocean Spire. Despite being called the Ocean Spire, this ancient structure is not actually approachable by water, and was named for its relative proximity to the southern coast. The Edict of Storms utterly destroyed the terrain around the spire, making access by foot all but impossible. Runic halls, like Ascension Hall at Vendrian's Well, hold the power needed to gain access to the spire tops that loom above. Alright, so we're gonna check out all the NPCs and everything here at this new spire. And then we're gonna go down and finish the Old Walls dungeon. And get the insignia of Mahamana Hamana Hamana. The insignia of whoever. How's our lore looking now? 139, 72, 136, 115. Feeling good. Look, her lore is almost completely caught up to Sarafina's. That's kind of amazing, actually. Alright, let's talk to Alchemist Ambro. It's Alchemist Ambro.
Welcome to the Spire's Infirmary, Faithbinder. As you can see, we have everything in order and under control.
The Alchemist nods and smiles.
What do you make of the Spire?
The Alchemist glances toward the edge of the spire with an anxious twitch.
This is certainly an irregular place to establish our services, but so be it. At least we are removed from the front lines of this conflict, for the time being at least. What can I do here? If you wish to craft potions, we have an alchemy station nearby. We are, of course, producing a modest supply of potions ourselves. You have but to ask, and I'll show you what we've made.
What have you made for me?
We have nothing for you at the moment.
Alright, bye. Arena. An alchemist looks you up and down with an expression of open curiosity. Reasonably healthy, reasonably fit, evident exposure to military camp diseases and combat conditions. She narrows her eyes and nods. No doubt some worm has invaded the bowels and tripled in size by now. She makes a dismissive wave. You'll be dead before long.
What makes you say that?
It's a sad reality of military life. Too much time spent in cramped quarters, sharing a bunk with some half-dead soldier who can't control his fluids. I tend to keep my distance from such squalors to avoid catching what I treat. She gestures around the spire. As you can see. But at your rate, it's all but inevitable that some parasite or poison will devour you from the inside,
unless you take special care. Why don't you show me what I can do to treat myself and forestall this inevitable doom? I would love to help, but I need some time to replenish my stock. Come back later. Alright, so those two are useless so far. Just here to keep things running smoothly. Pay no mind to me. Ooh, another sigil. What else we got? Of course, Lantry's here. Seiju Farah. And train the shit out of us in some lore. Which is beautiful. Hills and Shadow is here. I think we've all seen worse on the surface. We got some cheese, so this was all worth it. Look at these beautiful, vibrant green, like glowing plants we're making. We're growing. Enebris, the sage, is preoccupied with examining every groove and crack in the stonework of the spire. He sees you and begins to shake his head in astonishment. By Kairos' wrinkled sack, how on Taratus did you build something like this so high off the ground? How do you secure your vials from the wind? What do you do when it rains? Those are really good questions, in fact. I'd like to know the answers to those. Before you have a chance to respond, his face has already leaned into a collection of herbs growing in the planter, completely disregarding any answers you might have for him. I'll be sure to make something worthy of this soaring apothecary. No, make no mistake of that. What have you made for me? Oh, I don't have anything for you at the moment. Check back later. Alright, they'll generate items for me as I go out and gain XP. Who's Demiro? Hold on a second. No. Demiro looks off toward the stone sea. This is the furthest I've been from my home in Halfgate. He takes a deep breath. The air is a lot clearer here. It'll help with the herb's potency. You can imagine the difficulties we had with the edict in the stone sea. Why did you leave Halfgate and offer your services to me? I made good with the few resources I had, but eventually even the little I had ran out. I closed up shop, and that's when I decided to take my skills elsewhere. Come to inspect my work, Fatebinder? What have you made for me? I don't have anything for you at the moment. Check back later. I'm getting that a lot. Can't believe my eyes. I thought the Dauntless was a myth. Oh, cool. He's talking about my sword. Talking about my sword. Man, this is dank as fuck, though. We've got ourselves some alchemy supplies. We've got ourselves a barrel with a beast blood pollen. Gela is here. Gela salutes you. Graven Ash has given me permission to provide several services to your spire. My contacts to the north provide me with a wide variety of potions. She looks around to other workers throughout the apothecary. Far more effective than these southern-grown herbs. You come from the north? Her mouth forms a wide smile. Yes, proud to say. Her smile subsides into a slight frown. I've been away quite a while now. Hopefully many of us will be sent back home once the tears have been taken. Graven Ash protects, Fatebinder. Do you need to buy something? So she's actually part of the disfavored faction. Show me what you have for sale. Etched wooden charm. Gives you plus 10 control life. Makeshift charms like this one are often worn by backwoods apothecaries who lack the resources of more established communities. Lots of healing potions and so forth. Okay. Yellow's quality mixtures. What about a Rosto? The man takes a deep bow. A Rosto at your service. If you're looking for a reliable seller of potions, look no further. A Rosto always delivers. Potions are an uncommon commodity. How do you acquire them? I have my ways. He leans in closer. Many soldiers fall in battle on all sides, many of them carrying goods, such as these, that will remain on a battlefield, wasting away. He solemnly nods his head. I simply make sure those goods find their way into able hands yet again. You plunder the dead for potions. Erastus recoils. Oh no, I have people I pay to do that.
Show me what you have for sale. Spider silk sash. The materials in this sash were lovingly cultivated by the reclusive sage Canwar, a former scholar of the Vellum Citadel, who was ejected from the School of Ink and Quill for his unconventional practices. Plus 10 dodge. Oh yes. Oh yes. I said oh yes. Should be wearing that instead of... Well, she probably doesn't need that 15% graze deflection. Her dodge is 181. Let's buy that and see if it stacks with everything else she has. Yeah, it's up to 191. %15 graze deflection is pretty nice. Maybe we'll just hold on to that. $191 dodge though. Unbuffed. Okay. And barrack. Alright, let's sell some stuff. A lot of money. Oh, we almost have 10 iron rings. We're just rich as shit now. Let's see about this potion making business now. Not that I really need to make any potions. I mean, I'm deep in potions, but... Oh, I can make all this stuff. Azure Bell. Blood Moss, Cairn's Leaf. Basically anything I want to make. Greater healing potions. Numbing agent. Twig of Insight. Making Death. Alright. Well, I don't need to make any of that stuff. The whole reason I picked this upgrade was just for the Master Lore Trainer. I need to rest. Need to rest. Get the new bonus. Let's just go. You know what? Fuck it. I'll just use some stupid camping supplies. I never fucking use them. There. Now I've got 5 to endurance, magic, and will defense as well. She can sing 2 songs at once. Sweet. All right. The spires are pretty powerful. Alright, now I'll go back down to the old walls where I was. Now that I've claimed the spire and I've trained and everything. Oh yeah, this is just the runic hall. I can go back into the old walls this way. We're back in the old walls again. We're back in the old walls again. That was me, like, absolutely butchering an Aerosmith song. Like, butchering. Butchering. Where's my footsteps sound?
You didn't see nothing.
Suddenly we're super silent. Kind of weird. We have a room with a whole lot of guys that are going to pop up out of here. I've already been in this area, right? Yeah, that leads to the west old walls. That leads to the central old walls. That leads to the runic hall.
Just point
Bruce,
me in the
can
right
you-
direction.
Can you pop any of these? No. What do I need to do with these?
Destroy them!
Alright, Spectral Blur.
Count on it. You got it.
Let's try Repelling Wave. Just because I've literally never used it. Ooh. Aria of Nightmares, go. Look what I made. I made an Embodied Nightmare. It's got some nice defenses. Let's watch the Embodied Nightmare do its thing. Embodied Nightmare hits for 10 slashing. I don't know if that thing's worth it. We're gonna Rhyme Spike. Cancel of Flames. Fireball.
Not a problem.
Alright, everybody else
Easy
back
as
here.
can be.
I don't know if that nightmare thing was
Not a
really very
problem.
cool.
I'm on it.
Here's some more scourges.
You got it.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun.
Not
Dun, 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 dun. We'll do Mox
You
and
got-
Iron. Icicle Storm. Fulmination.
You got it.
Ball Lightning. Flash fire.
I'm on it.
Blue is my favorite color. As far as I'm concerned, it should always be first.
Ah, I should do blue first. Well, what if I don't want to do blue first?
I suppose I can do that.
I'm trying to pop this. There we go. 2 malices. Holy shit balls. Alright, let's Spectral Blur. It's Vital Body. Ebb, roll up. Siren, roll up. Ebb. These are the ones that take a lot of damage from lightning. So let's Electric Jolt. And let's Rhyme Spike. Spectral Blur has been cast. Let's Skull Splitter. Answer the Flame. Fulmination. Fireball. Nox Moo is here! Hey, Nox, welcome! Finally escaped the work demons, huh?
Absolutely not.
Skewer this motherfucker right here. Put the healing wrist down. And the last one. Aria of Storms. Charged Fist. Sun Spear.
Whatever you need.
You stampeded away from the work demons? Awesome. Well, you haven't missed much. I barely moved on from where I was. I went up, I found the way up to the Spire and took the Spire. And then I was experimenting with building different upgrades on it to see which one would give me a Master Lore Trainer. And eventually I had to build an Apothecary. I built an Apothecary, an Infirmary up there. Because that's the only one where I could get a Master Lore Trainer. So that's what I did, basically. Since I've only been playing for an hour. Basically just fucked around with my new Spire. And now I'm trying to figure out what to do with these 3 thingies. And we will figure that out in our next episode. If you're watching the stream, I'm not done playing, but if you're watching the YouTube video, that's going to do it for this episode. So thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Tyranny.